What's going on, everyone, everywhere? Without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into this video, man. The DCUO electric precision-based DPS loadouts, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and get you with the AOE, the single target, the melee, and the ranged, okay? Hit you with all of that. Let's go ahead and look into what goes behind it, though, with the gear, mods, etc. Okay, for tactical mods, the hand. You're going to be using Brawling and you're going to be using Dual Wield. Brawling's for the AoE, Dual Wield is for the single target, okay? Both of them are going to have Blast Adapter. Always going to have Circuit Breaker, Relentless Precision, Berserker. You're actually going to utilize Berserker quite a bit depending on what instance you are in and, kind of look at the draw depending on, scenario and everything like that. But it does happen, and when it does, 10% bonus damage is wonderful. Penetrating strikes is way better than core strength, especially with the higher tier stuff that we go into now. Restorative overcharge, you can use this. It doesn't really do anything because leg socket isn't scaled properly anymore. I would actually utilize restorative spark barrage because you'll see something like that here soon. Tumbling master for the feet, hands max damage, and the face. Since I am using the static shock goggles OP item, I use Restoration and Might because I didn't feel like tracking down a whole precision one. And affinity mods, you actually just type A and B, those will be precision. So bear with me on that. I'm losing a little bit of precision right now because reasons. But yeah. But if you didn't know, yeah, that's a precision mod. Um, if you actually utilize the Time Hunter gloves, the Brutal Logic wings back, as you see, the gloves right there, the OP neck, and static shock goggles, you can actually have 4 pieces of, elite gear, whatever. You'll have type A and B mods, so you're able to get that extra precision, okay? Or might, or resto, whatever. Okay, just let you know. Okay, these are my stats: 186,000 some change health, 126,000 and some change power, might's 149,000 and some change might, and precision is 155,000 and some change. Now, in terms of allies, we're going to pretty much stay the same as the might base side of things. Cyborg Extra Combat, Batman Who Laughs, Luck of the Draws, the support ally, and Nubia, Amazonian Honor. That's another support ally ability, okay? You could, I guess, maybe utilize, if you want more survivability, Flashpoint Batman, his support ability to trade out for Nubia's support ability, the Combat Suture. You can always use Calculator Bot, the Stack Overflow if you want more support and survivability there. Maybe hear my call for some pets when you do hit trinkets and whatnot, and your robot sidekick technically counts too. But yeah, other than that, Queen Diana or Nubia. Nubia is better just because the more you kill, the more you get, type thing. But on to our skill points. Now for our weapons, we just pretty much get the weapon master stuff. You need Shuriken Storm. Now these are good, especially home run. It's very hard for melee range. That is on you. Shuriken Storm is going to be the ideal for brawling and dual wield. We just need everything for the flurry shot. That just means going into the bow for the flurry shot and brawling. In terms of that, we'll need to go into martial arts, okay? And if you want home run as well, just go into brawling. I mean, two-handed. My apologies. But in terms of super speed, or your movement mode, get the one that gets you fast. And if you are super speed for some reason, Tornado Pull, Phase Dodge, and the Whirling Dervish. That's what you're going to want. Resistances, I recommend for everybody, especially when you're doing precision. Stay on your toes so you're able to keep utilizing your weapon. Robot Sidekick and Super Strength going to be the must. I just have that just play around with stuff, and it's very hard still, so it's on you. In terms of your stat points, though, for your skill points, you're going to want to do in your focus weapons expert and pretty much go straight down in terms of importance. So get your chances, get your damage, try to max out your precision, but leave a few skill points so you can put one in mind power if you're low on skill points as this. One mind power, one in health, one in bite. And if you don't have that much skill points, put in one in precision, of course, and just max out what you can in terms of your criticals. Now, if you do have excess skill points, my apologies, y'all. Go ahead and max out your precision and then pretty much dump everything into mind power after you've done, putting your one into bite and health. I say bite just to help counteract the 25% power regeneration that you are losing, and health just to get that little bit of buff to the 400 damage. So it gives you survivability. 400 health. You're allowed to take 400 more damage now, so more survivability. And if you do have a buff troll, able to boost your might up a little bit, okay? Now, in terms of the loadout, now if you're 5 enemy targets or more, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, on and on and on, you're going to want to use Tesla Ball, Wired, Arc Lightning, Shockwave, Robot Sidekick, and Circuit Breaker. Now, some people don't like Shockwave, some people like Whirling Dervish, but I'm going to show you here that Shockwave actually does some damage, okay? While Whirling Dervish is, if you're hitting it from afar, it's not doing any damage. And you want to go ahead and for your artifacts, when you are doing AOE like this in range, you want to use Transformation, Venomous Dispenser, and Strategist card, okay? That's going to be your goal 3 right there. And now when you get into a lower amount of ads, like the 3 targets or less, you want to use the Grim. Depending on it, you might use Strategy card still, just depends on which loadout you want to utilize. I'll show that later. But in terms of these 8 targets, let me go ahead and show y'all here what's going on. And pretty much at the end of your collapse and your Shuriken Storm, you're going to just keep using Shockwave. 103. Clip it with Wired when you can. And just keep Shuriken Storm to Shockwave. Until Wired come back up, then you can start clipping again. 136,000 as you saw. Then hit another Shuriken Storm, Arc Lightning, and then Shockwave on it. Up. Now, I saw some people keep hitting Tesla Ball and Arc Lightning in between, but I saw that you kept losing damage because you're not hitting your weapon as much then. So, hey, it's just your preference, if you will. Most damage, I would recommend this right here. Now, you can get in the 150s range if you're just real smooth with it. I'm not the most smoothest with it. I see 146. The highest I've hit is probably 160. It's like 160 even. It was like 160,100 and I think 42. That's when you're real smooth and you're in that kind of flow state. But that's enough for that. Trying to see. What's the size? Okay. Yeah. That's enough. But that's if you have a lot of ads pretty much. You want to utilize this loadout right here. Now if you have a little bit of ads like the 3, 4 kind of targets, you want to go switch it up to this right here. You want to put Electrogenesis. Then you want Wired. Then right here you want Electrostatic Bomb. Now if you want to stay range, you just use Shockwave. Now if you want to be closer, you Spark Barrage. It is clearly on you. I'm going to show you both ways. But in terms of your artifacts, you're going to want to trade off for the Grim. Just get that power action going and boost your damage up with there, okay? And the same general principle. Clip the first 2 and then, hit your Shuriken Storm. Then hit Shuriken Storm again, throw the bomb, Shuriken Storm again, into Shockwave, and just rinse and repeat with the Shockwave Shuriken Storm. I don't know why it's messing up. I'm not hitting at times. I know you see that. Like sometimes I guess I'm doing it too fast. Now if you do it too fast, it can glitch out like it's doing with me. And it's not the first time it's done that. So take these numbers with a grain of salt for this in particular loadout. just because I am moving too fast. I'm trying to slow it down, but still keep the same general pace. Okay, 115. See, if you start hitting more, then you know you're doing some pretty good damage there. 102. Okay, see. 104. See, we're gonna stay above 100. We'll get into the teens. I think the highest I hit here was like 120 something. It was a higher 120, like 126. But look, that's pretty much what you want to have right there in terms of range when you have a low amount of ads, group of ads like 3. Um, if you do want to get closer, you can use Spark Barrage. You can do a little bit more damage. Let me go and show you that. Once again, it might glitch off. So take some of these numbers with a grain of salt, like it glitched out there. Instead of Shockwave, you're just gonna spam Spark Barrage. Just keep going the same general rhythm. Clip Genesis into Wired. Hit a Shuriken Storm, then hit your Electrostatic Bomb, Shuriken Storm into Spark Barrage. Rinse and repeat, Shuriken Storm, Spark Barrage. See, 110. Once it actually starts hitting everything. Now it's completely on you what you want to do. I'm just giving you some melee alternatives because it does. Spark Barrage splits a lot better than Shockwave does. So let's say you have 4 targets or something like that, and you're able to get real close to them. A lot of times this would be the better loadout because it doesn't dip down as much. Stays pretty consistent, over 100k, and stays in the teens pretty much. Sometimes I think 124 is highest, but just know if you do them having like 4 targets, or you know there's more targets that's gonna come, this will be the better loadout to utilize. Okay. Now in terms of single target, our loadout will look pretty similar to this because you're gonna use Electrogenesis, Wired, um, uh, Electrostatic Bomb you can use, but a lot of people go put that Phase Dodge and Whirling Dervish if you are Super Speed. Now if you're not Super Speed, what you can do is utilize Voltaic Blast, right? And utilize your shield. Okay, that's pretty much going to be the only difference right there. Now, it is on your preference, but I would say just with the grain of salt, choose wisely between Strategy Card or the Grim, because you're able to use either or. The Grim technically gives you 1% more in precision, but the Strategy Card can hit harder, especially if you're able to get the dot to activate pretty soon, and it crits quite often. Then the Strategy Card will probably be your better bet. If not, and you're not confident in that, just go ahead and use the Grim. It does pretty good damage and allows it. Ooh, excuse me. And allows it to just basically keep going. If you're in a situation where a lot of control effects or a lot of area effect damage, and your Grim can for some reason die one way or another, or get controlled, it's very rare that it ever does. But let's say for some reason it does. Just go ahead and use Strategy Card, probably your better bet, okay? I'm going to show y'all both of these. Now, y'all already know, like Precision does, you go ahead and switch weapons out. If you didn't know too, a little trick, be out of your movement mode. Make sure your icon is not glowing at the top left hand corner next to your name. Be out of your movement mode so you're better able to clip the flurry shot, okay? And generally, you only do 2. Let it go. Like, oh my goodness, why is it messing up? You only generally do 2. Okay, it's like 62. I'm messing up right now. I don't know why. the general ranges, I will go ahead and say that. Okay, that was kind of bad. Let me show you a little bit more. Oh my goodness, it's messing up for me. I don't know why, y'all, but it is messing up for me. That's crazy. Okay, but the general range I normally hit is pretty much in the 60s. I see I got low 60 there. I generally hit the 60s in that range. Sometimes I hit like a low 70. Other than that, that's pretty much where that's at. When I say low 70, like 74,000 per second. That's pretty much it. But when, for some reason, when I do actually use this loadout right here and able to use phase dodge to clip better when it comes to wires, like you basically hit all these three at once. Let me show you. Okay, and jump out of it to cancel it. And you just keep going from there, okay? Now, in terms of this one, I've hit in the higher 70s. Actually hit, I think, like 80, what was it, 84,000, I believe, per second. So it can hit more. Does have the capability to hit more just because you're more reliant. Oh, snap. What? Oh, my goodness. Let me focus, y'all. Yo. Sorry, I'm trying to focus. But as you see, I'm starting to build up more and more and more. I'm getting in the higher 60s and whatnot. Well, in that last one, at least. Okay, I was just trying to show y'all that it is capable, it's possible. Generally, I hit it in that 60 range and then keep going up from there. I was messing up just because I was trying to do the video and pay attention to other things outside of what the mechanics of me actually doing it. So yeah, that's about all I got for this video right here. Just to go over a recap of the loadouts real quick. This is be if you have super speed for single target. If you do not have super speed, then you will hit this right here with that right there, okay? You will hit this right here, okay? As your non-super speed variant of this. You're more than welcome to go ahead and hit this or the lasso if you want. It's just on you if you want to have more pure single target feel to it, which this does AOE damage, so you're still not getting pure. Um, but you're doing less AOE, I guess. Okay, for 3 targets, just to go back over it, you will hit this and this right here, okay, with your brawling and your Grenorm, okay. You can use strategy card 2 here, but your Grenorm does boost these 2 powers right here, and it can be worth it in pretty much most situations. Strategy card can also be worth it, but you're just more relying on it attaching to the ads quickly and critting. But since you're more likely they will be ads, I would just say go ahead and stick with the Grim because strategy card isn't the greatest when it comes to ads, just because they don't tend to last long with that dot on them. Okay. And then if you want to get close, you're more than welcome to go ahead and put Spark Watch in there as well with the Grim, just because the boost of this is actually pretty significant to make this more viable. So definitely use this with the Grim instead of Strategist card artifact. Now in terms of a ranged AOE like the 5+ target, definitely go ahead and utilize this loadout right here, okay? I just want to do a little recap for y'all. Okay. Now, since this is my last loadout, without further ado, man, I give electricity a farewell for the time being. It is one of my favorite powers. It's one of the powers that I switched to first. Okay. I will be doing Celestial next. I got a comment about it, so I will go ahead and put that up there. Other than that, stay tuned in for a lot of the videos I have coming up, giveaway, style contest, etc. Leave down in the comments below what videos you want to see. Any kind of constructive criticism, please be nice in the comments. Um, Anything like that. Show your love and support by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing the video out and multiple videos out at that. Definitely tell anybody and everybody about it. Allow them to watch the videos, okay? If you find it informative stuff too, let me know. I appreciate that and try to jam it packed with little tips and tricks here and there, okay? I think that is it, y'all. So without further ado, man, I am out. Shalom.